For some time, the land war in Europe consisted of only the Eastern Front with Germany against the Soviet Union. To draw German forces away from Russia and put them on the defensive, Stalin proposed a Western Allied front. Churchill and FDR agreed in principle, but were hesitant, causing a resentment in Stalin that would foreshadow the Cold War. Eventually, Churchill and FDR agreed, and that Western Front began on D-Day, June 6, 1944, when 1.5 million Allied troops under the command of General Eisenhower landed on the beaches of Normandy, France. Within 2 months, Paris was liberated, in part thanks to the help from the American, British, and Canadian soldiers that participated in the D-Day attack. By September 1944, most Germans were out of France and Belgium. From here, the war began to wind down, and Hitler's forces were progressively pushed back to Germany. About 8 months after D-Day, in February 1945, the Big Three, Churchill, Stalin, and Roosevelt, met in Levadia Palace for the Yalta Conference, where they were mainly concerned with discussing the post-war world order. It was here that they determined the treatment and division of Germany, as well as the fate of Poland and many other Eastern European states, the creation of the United Nations, and Russia's entry into war with Japan after Europe was wrapped up. The results of the conference reflected the new balance of power and set the stage for the Cold War. This would be the last meeting of the Big Three, as Roosevelt dies about a month and a half later, in April of 1945.
The Manhattan Project was the effort of the U.S. to create an atomic weapon driven by Roosevelt's fear that Germany might succeed at doing so first. Over 4 years, the U.S. was able to accumulate enough plutonium-239 to produce a nuclear explosion. The atomic bomb was how America planned to end the war, and it did so by dropping 2 of them at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, forcing the Japanese government to eventually surrender.